It's a 3 horsepower International igniter engine, type M, and I done put that fuel pump down there on there. That fuel pump right there come from Flywheel Supply. Zach Norway up there, you know. And so far, it's a good product. I done put it on there and all. And you'll see right on the top up there is a plunger. And you'll see right there I don't have no outlet fuel line on this. I'll put that fuel line on there after we get done recording. Go ahead and fill the mixer up. But to confirm that the fuel pump works, checking each individual item, this is the way you would do it. And I done turned that flywheel there to where that cam lobe is away from this push rod up here, and it gives you a clearance right down in here. That right down in there, there's a clearance. You can take a round wooden rod and you can plunge it. I done already did this once, so it had fuel in the fuel pump. But in order to get it started there, I done already squirted some oil down in there on them check balls, and it picked it up from the tank. I didn't have to prime it with no gasoline, but it seems to work good. Got that fuel pump on there. It seems to work perfectly, would be my word to describe it. The way a fuel pump should work, it works that way. So, got it on there. A well-made item. Pre-made fuel lines screwed right up with no additional bending. So we get this engine started up in a couple of days. Have to get some manpower on that flywheel there. And we'll post up a video. Yep. If you turn the flywheel, at some point you can know how to set your valves, intake and exhaust, how much clearance they are. Okay, see, I don't have to get the feeler gauge out on this right here. You can look at this right here and tell in a reasonable idea of how many thousandths that is. I'm just saying. Okay. It's too much. So yeah, I think that's about it's supposed to be like 11 or 12, I think. And so I'm pushing it backwards and forwards there with some control. And this is seated out. And all the items are cold. So, and it does have movement. And I haven't even touched the flywheel yet. That's just where it stopped at. So it might not be too much. Okay. That's where you would, this one's off of the cam in there. And it's okay. It's like 11 or 12,000. Okay, now we got to see about this, and you do your flywheel. What you do is you get it on the. Okay, see it came out and then it went in. Okay, when it went in, it can't go no more. So you come over here and you see how much play you got. Like back and forth this way. Okay, this push rod right here is worn on this end up here a little bit, and it makes it sloppy in the seat in there. But other than that, the clearance is acceptable. I'm not requiring any adjustment now, but at some point you would, because whoever put the engine together painted underneath the nuts and bolts, and sooner or later that compresses away, oozes out, and then you have to readjust it at that point. But it has automatic oiler on it, which differentiates it from LA or LB. This differentiation being a LB, and it's got a little adjustment there. And it's a drip oiler. It comes up on a little trough in the back of the housing. Oil slashes up there, puddles up, and it's higher than this is out here, and it just drips out. Early morning, it might be a little sluggish, and you put a couple of squirts on there to get her going. But somebody's had this engine apart. It's got 2 cracks on it. But I think the engine was running. I don't know why. It just came into my possession recently, and it's all I know about it. It's got a gasket on it on the outside. It's not a full gasket. It's really clean. Oh, let's get a light. We'll look up in there. We might as well change the oil in it. Well, I'm not sure we can get a photo of that. Yeah, maybe we can. With the camera up in there with the light on, with the way that governor hooks up the correct position that arm would be in to be correct. But we'll change the oil in it. Oh, okay, before I let that oil out, that oil level is exactly at the top of that thread, at the bottom of the thread. You know, it's level. I should show that. Okay, it's a 3 to 5. That's kind of magneto it's got on it. The engine don't appear to have been running quite a while. It has a lever, speed changer, that kind right there. And I'm going to put wheels on it. It is a project and get it running. And it has pulley on it. Like that kind. It's really, that's the condition of it. You know, it don't show no oil leak up in there, you know. And looking up in here, that's the governor. That's the way it's supposed to look. Okay, it has a arm that comes over yonder, and that thing in there between them crankshaft throws is the position that governor arm right there is supposed to be in when it's right. When them weights flies out, pulls down. Oh, that oil is that oil is very clean. It's a dark color. I'm not sure what grade oil that would be, or if it's darkened over time, but it's a good amount in there, correct amount, and it's clear and honey look like dark. You can't see through it in the container. Some little bit of grit left on the crankcase I can see up there, but what I'll do is raise it up just a little bit on that other end right there when I get ready to go in tonight, and leave it to drain till tomorrow. Looks pretty clean. And these engines here are coated inside with some kind of red oxide or some kind of coating in there that protects them. It was a good idea, I think. So, yeah, we still have enough container left for. I probably should change that. I don't want to run over. So, no, I don't. I should let it all get out of there. Done took them skids off. 3 to 5. They're upside down. What I'm going to do is pivot plate. And that other end down there will be 1 foot apart also. So I'm going to use them 2 existing holes in the bottom of this skid here. I'm going to bolt that on there like that. I'm going to scribe it right there and that right there, and then I'm going to drill a hole on each side, put 2 bolts on each side right here. Before, well, mark that off, but have a setup in the mill over there. Probably should finish before I break down the jig.